Hey, good morning or good late, actually. Um, actually, I just been kind of like, since they go back to school tomorrow, I'm kind of like just sleeping in and being a lazy bit. It's Monday and Monday the 29th. Today's my daughter's birthday. She is big 35, my baby. My firstborn. Can you guys believe it? And look at, I didn't even do my hair or anything, I called her about 12 something and I told her happy birthday right after midnight. And, um, and then I fell asleep because I had a rough day yesterday due to some news that I received. And, doing lots of praying. That's how we go. We gotta do it nowadays. Just pray, pray, and be fasting. And I fast. I don't eat anything until the afternoon, or until I get nighttime. And but I do drink my coffee and water. Everybody, I'm asking for lots of prayers. All my prayer warriors, let's get on our knees and pick up our hands and everything and give prayers for my friend, my BFF, my best friend. She grew up with us. We grew up in a small town, Shafter, and I used to hang out with her sister, her little sister Veronica. We used to hang out in school and everything, but then actually she was my brother's first girlfriend. And we just stay, we've always been together. When Dad passed away, she was there on my side, by my side, and my mom's side. So, Maribel, get up, girl. Yep, I got a lot of white hairs. Look at that. All my white hair. Sorry, I'm trying to shake this off because people that know me, I see somebody crying or something is wrong with my loved one. Man, I do a river. I do a river. Anyway, so me and Maribel grew up, and that was my brother's first girlfriend, and I think it was his first girlfriend because that I know of. She's always been in the picture, but she ended up getting married and having her kids, and then she's been separated. Oh, she's been divorced, and but she still, they still talk. Their kids are big, and she has older kids, and I think well, it's been I have seen them when they were small, but then now they're all big and parents and everything. Um, but yeah, you need to pray, girl. You need to just get to God and tell God, hey, I rebuke that illness and out of my body and cleanse me, Father God. That's what you gotta do, Maribel. Let's do it, man. We gotta do it. We gotta fight this. The devil's a liar, man. Anyways, I love you. Hang in there. Tough it out, girl. So we could go eat breakfast. So we could go somewhere. And so everybody, I'm just asking you guys to pray for prayers, man. Put some angels all around my girl, Maribel, and heal her, man. Because the devil's a damn liar. He needs to go back to wherever he came from. And so, and since I don't have a vehicle due to I got into a fender bender sort of type, and I was alone. So, yeah, I said, you know what? I don't need a car right now. I don't need a car because these meds have me all crazy, No, I gotta clean myself up on that medical meds that I take. I take a lot of. I was taking a lot of um, depression pills, and the reason they have me in a high dose is because I'm severely over depressed, and it's not good for me. But I noticed that it's causing other things in my body, like my liver function, my kidney. I think it's at 40%. My kidney, and I never had kidney problems. I don't even hurt, but they told me it was working like 40%, 42%. So, but that's not, they say that's not good, but it's not like highly bad. I think it, I have a friend that has below 30%, or he's 30%, and he's on dialysis. I'm not trying to go there. I'm not trying to go to dialysis. I refuse to get dialysis done. If they tell me I need dialysis, screw you, doctor. I'm gone. That's the way I see it. And I'm like that with chemo too. Like I feel in my heart that chemo and radiation is just and dialysis and is just a thing that I kind of feel like it finishes you up faster. I don't know why I have the thought of that. I've had it ever since I was small. I used to tell my mom no. And then she gets mad because she tells me, yeah, but for you to go get, to make your stomach smaller so you won't get fat, you're all up on that. And you had a heart attack on the first time that you had it done. And I'm like, Mom, that's different. That is different. But, I got my nails done. I had to switch colors. So I'm going with the colors. I used to always be with white tips, and I always like white French. But for some reason, I don't know. I just told her, you know what? Do red. Let's do red. It's my favorite color. Let's see how that is. Which I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it. The only thing is just that I haven't done my hair. And as people know, I got ready the other day, and it was just a waste because I had such a hard time dealing with my boy. But it's going to get better. Hopefully this school is over soon, because the way everything is out here, it's not even worth, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, or I don't know what it could be, but yeah, I'm doing good. Other than that, I'm doing good. I'm not going to complain. I did go through my little episodes. Like, I've been detoxing from this medication for the past 5. It was 5 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's been 6 days, and I remember, like 3 days ago, I had like I was getting like where I was thinking crazy things in my head, and which I never do think like that, because I love myself too much to freaking want to, go and slice my neck off. So I started praying. I started praying and praying. And I was crying. I was in tears. And then I get this bad news about my BFF, and it just turned upside down. And I know I was getting real bad with the thoughts. So I took, from that Paxil pill, I took like less than half of a pill, just so it could fix my little neurologist brain steams that are out there that are kind of like going haywire. And it did the job, because I wasn't sleeping for like 2 days, 3 days. It took away my sleepiness. And I also noticed that now that I've had it, I've been taking it and I've been off of it, I don't yawn. I was yawning like a mother. Like, dang, like over 100 times, like in less than 2 or 3 hours. I was like, every 2 seconds I would barely open my mouth. I was like, I was always yawning. I hated it. I cannot stand it because my kids would get on my social media and say, "Mom, you yawn a lot," and or if I'm talking to them, they'll tell me, and I'm like, and I look at my other videos, and I'm just like off the hook with the yawning. If they were to have a yawning competition, and with me having those medication in my system, I would beat them all because you don't know how bad you yawn on Paxil. And I'm taking 40 milligrams, but none more. So, and the reason I say none more because I have 6 days, but I did take a little corner of one because I was feeling like, but I don't want to take 40 milligrams. I have a feeling like, I'm not saying doctors are not smart. They're very smart and everything, but sometimes they prescribe, they go more and more. I guess the way you talk to them, the way you comprehend to them and everything, and the way they comprehend whatever is going through us. I guess, milligrams are important to them. Oh man, she's like off the hook. She needs to calm down or anything. And don't get me wrong, every time I go see my psychiatrist, or because in order to be on this medication, they want to make sure that you need it. And so I end up telling them that they never do take me. They never tell me anything, but I guess they make it seem like I really need it. Now, a lot of people might look at me on the video and say, man, why does her eyes shake a lot? Why do they kind of like go like this all the time? I'm going to tell you guys, in 2008, I had an ugly accident that I was practically dead. I was dead, woke up a couple minutes, 20 minutes later, and woke up and boom, Brock is back in Cali, back to Cali. And yeah, I was back in California. I was back in Bakersfield at KMC. And my eyes were out of my eye socket. They were just right here, big old ugly eyes. I had my head cracked. I had my ribs broken. I had my leg broken, and I had my my left side was kind of damaged. It was bang. They put they had to cut me underneath my underarm to get me breathing, and then they put me on the ventilator, and I messed up my arm, but I was on a swing. It was broken, but they didn't do surgery or anything with it. They kind of like just put it on a swing, and I was taking medication and everything, but then it developed a cartilage. And I used to develop cartilages because I used to, when I was younger and I was in Egypt, I used to take my injections, and I guess wherever I had my leg, and I've been doing it for years. That time I already had, when I got into the car accident, I already had gone off of the injections like about a year, because I brought me some from the Middle East over here to my house in Bakersfield, and I would inject my my injection and inject myself with vitamins and everything, to get me kind of pepped up and everything. And so wherever I would break, cartilage would form. So my left arm is good and everything, but where it was broken in half, it developed cartilage. So now I have like a real thick over the bone. And yeah, so I develop in the areas that I'm broken from I end up intending to, for them to go back together with the cartilage that starts developing in my muscle. That being said, I've been off of, when I got into the car accident in 2008, and my brains were scattered because it came out of my skull, my left side of the skull, and my brains jumped out of there. And my eyes were really big, and this is all for stupid reasons. When my car accident was my fault, in the sense, I don't know who was driving. I want to say I was not driving. I kind of remember, sort of kind of remember, but it took me a while to remember though, because I was out of it, and then I was, I was, I was on medication. Hold on, let me think what I was saying. Okay, my brains were scattered, everything. So then, um, I ended up, I was not driving the vehicle. I want to say I wasn't driving. There's things that I do remember. There's things that I don't remember. They're still kind of like foggy. They're still like kind of like I'm thinking about it. Like what was I doing? Like I kind of beat up my brain a lot because I want to know what really happened. I want to really know how did all this lead to what I got in 2008. The devil was just crazy that time because I ended up meeting this guy and he was like super, super nice to me. He was super good. He was very nice looking in my eyes, at least. And I knew that he was African American with maybe a mixture, but he would always say no, that he was Puerto Rican. And I deep inside was getting the hint. He is black, but he's not telling me he's black. He's telling me he's Puerto Rican. So anyways, with time, I ended up finding, very short time. I ended up finding because I would ask his mom, like, what was Rufus's dad? What was it? Sorry. What was my son's dad's name? What was he? What's his, besides being Hispanic? And she would say his father is black from Arkansas. So, born in Arkansas. So then I knew that, of course, the black, and then being with the Hispanic woman, they get like a little bit caramel bronze looking. So, ta-da, Puerto Rican. So that's what he thought. His mind was, he had his mind trained. This, I want to say, I'm not going to say no names, this idiot and my son. And so, and I try not to hide it. I've never had a problem with African American. Never. There are some things I didn't like about them, but then that's in everyone. There's some things I don't like about Hispanic. There's some things I don't like about American. There's a lot of things I don't like about Chinese, like that, and that's on everybody. Everybody's like that, There's something that, their custom or you don't agree to it. Hey, there's a lot of things I don't agree to an Egyptian, and I was married to one, So, and don't get me wrong, I love it. I'd rather be in Egypt, to tell you the honest truth. I wish I was just wealthy so I could go and relax with her for about 6 months, come back and relax over here for another 6 months, and, and take it and get to know everybody's country and everybody's culture, because, I like it. It's something I would, if I could look at time, if I could rewind my time, I would have never got married. Have kids, maybe. You don't necessarily have to be married to have a kid, right? And there's a lot of IVF. You could go and get inseminated and carry a baby, and don't even have to have sex. But hey, and so, I kind of think it's good. And so then, I would have been over there. I would have been in a different country. I would be eating all kinds of vegetarian food because I love it. I love it, especially the salad, la salata, which is a salad. Oh my God, hummus. Oh my God, I love a lot of Mediterranean. I wish in the next time that I'm born again and God, brings me back to earth, man, I hope I'm wealthy. I hope I have the right mind. Hopefully I could just and not having to put up with any man or have a good blessed man that God puts in front of me. And we could do is love each other and fulfill the country with a bunch of good kids. You know. But with this nation being so corrupted, there's no telling what's gonna happen. I just hope the day that I leave, I don't feel it, and I don't remember anything. And I'm up there with all my familia, my kids. So that being said, let's talk about something else. Let me see. Oh, and then I got into accident and everything. So yeah, my eyes tend to move a lot. So don't think that Rock is here, smoking some blunts like they say out right here and out of my patio. As soon as you walk out of my house, it's like, whoa, man, you know what? You don't even have to smoke it, and you're already getting high because everywhere is cannabis. Everywhere is cannabis. Bunch of weed everywhere. It's like nowadays weed is a big thing here. So you can smell it. As soon as you go outside, you can smell it. But then again, back then they didn't have cannabis, but it smelled like shit because of the dogs or the animals. Well, it doesn't smell like shit or maneuver. It smells like weed, cannabis. It's like, man, you're walking on a high cloud already. So yeah, and I don't like it. I'm not fond. Back then when I used to smoke, because I have not been smoking. Back then when I used to smoke, I'd rather smell cigarettes than having to smell Cannabis was never my thing. Never. I don't care if it's a healing or anything. I'll rub it on myself like my grandma. She used to make alcohol and put cannabis in there and some other stuff, and that was like if we had we had air in our back or whatever, she rub it on there, and by the time you know it, you're healed. And so yeah, but other than that, smoking that stuff, nah, it's not for me. A lot of things are not for me no more. I became wiser, thank God, man. But I should have been wiser when I was young, when I was small. That way I could have made the right decisions at least. But hey, well, anyways, yeah, I was my son's dad it's a handful. It's gonna take a real woman to change him because there's no changing this man. No matter if you see him 3 years later and you tell him, and he tells you that God has healed him, I wouldn't believe it at all. So I'm good. As long as he stays in his city, makes all the kids he wants with his wife, and leave us the hell alone. Because I have my life. I have a good darn life. And no, it doesn't have to be a rob man. It doesn't have to be a rob shenanigans. I love the life that I live. The only thing I just need to get healed from all this mental health. It seems like everybody in 2020 and on from the pandemic, and it took a lot of family, loved ones, and it took a lot of people, that illness. I've noticed that nobody is really the same than when that happened. It changed a lot of people because it even changed me, it changed my son, it changed everybody. So just, all we gotta do is keep in prayer. Let's just keep in prayer. Talk to the man upstairs and try to live your life. I'm not gonna say live your life like if like maybe because tomorrow's not promised. People say that all the time, but then they go back to the life that they were doing, and I don't understand that. Just because that day you didn't nothing happened doesn't mean that to go back and do shenanigans and then when you remember again it's like, oh, live the day like it was your last day. I don't understand that, because I would say, as soon as you give your life to God and God's changing you and doing that preparation in you, to be able to talk to people about the Lord and everything, I kind of think you need to. Go by that instead of being a hypocrite and saying, "Oh, God changed me. God did this and God did that," and then like 5 minutes later, you're just like doing something that you just finished praying about. Um. So I know that I'm a working process, and my mom was telling me you lie a lot. I lie a lot, and the reason she says that is because I'll tell her, and this is not like big lies, like seriously lies. It's like little lies. It's like lies that don't even matter. But it does matter, like in my mom's eyes. But like I'll say, "Oh, mom, tomorrow I want, whenever you have time, Mom, whenever you go out, call me so I could tag along. Because since I don't have a vehicle, I could go grab milk, I could go grab this, I could go grab that, do that. But I don't, I don't, I don't. So, me saying that, um, oh, she'll call me and she'll say, and I don't pick up. Why don't I pick up? Because I am asleep. Because I'm over here trying to detox. But I'm going to tell Mom, these pills, I'm drinking them, I'm over drinking them and everything. And that's why mine is not out there and I'm nosing, because she would off the bat think that I'm either losing it or I'm going crazy or I'm talking out of my ass. So I don't say anything. And I don't disrespect my mom. It's like nowadays, the kids, nowadays you tell them, you do this, and, oh, shut up, I don't want to do that right now, I'll do it when I have time, and da da da. You know, that's the way they talk to you nowadays. Back then, I cannot talk to my mom like that because, poof, I'll get slapped. And that's how, because that's, at their time, that's what they were doing that's what the parents were very hard with the kids. They were very strict. And nowadays, it's like you tell a kid, and it's not strict in their eyes no more. It's like you tell your mom to shut up and get the moving. And so I just, whenever she calls, I don't answer. And so she knows that I'm asleep. And she always tells me, and when I call her like about 3, and she goes, "Oh, you just woke up." And so now I just say, yeah. And when she starts talking, like telling me, like making me feel like shit, I just like, I stay quiet and I go, And then she goes, "Oh, okay, then I might as well let you go so you could go back to sleep." And really, Mom? Instead of pepping me up and saying, "Oh, you need to, mija, you need to really think if it's bothering you, if you think it's not right, go see a doctor." Even though that's more of a better tune, instead of having to say, "Oh, yeah, it's just it's it's not it's not it's like not badass. you just go to sleep and this and that. You're a liar. You told me that to call you whenever, but I don't call you because I know that you're going to say that, no, not today and this and that. I just gave up hope and I knew that you know. And I'm like, okay. Okay. Like I told her today when I called her, we talked for a while because I woke up at 3 and I didn't sleep all night. And I'm trying to kind of here I am, 52 years old, 52 years old. I'm over here thinking, I got an itch. I'm over here thinking that, that, that really, why I think I'm over here trying to find out what's going on with me. Like why don't I sleep at night and wake up in the morning like everybody, like most of the people here. I lived in Egypt for a year straight, and then I was going back and forth, but altogether for 4 or 5 years. Then when the last time I came back, well, I had a broken leg. I had a broken leg on my right leg, and I did that. I went down some stairs at my villa, at my condo, or my in-laws building. I went down the stairs and I broke my ankle. I broke my ankle and my leg, and I broke the little small bone on my leg. So they had to do surgery, and because I was in pain. And I'm pretty strong because I had it broken in so many pieces that I still didn't go to the hospital until the next day or 2 days. And that was my fault. And I was so mad that day that I did that. And I was so mad at my husband because we were married. And the culture over there was very different. I could have got used to it really easy if my ex wasn't so women stay in the house and don't, when I went to Egypt, I kind of I had to change overnight. Like over here, I usually get on my car and go do all my errands, do all that. Nothing wrong. I would go do all my errands, everything, and then come home. And over there, it's like you couldn't go out. You couldn't go out. And then since I landed in Egypt, I couldn't go out without my in-laws, without my sister-in-law, without my brother-in-law to go get what I needed to get. Because I noticed that there's certain times you see your husband, and most of the day, most of the night, like the sun starts going down about 5, 6, and then they go downstairs. The men go downstairs and they go and have hookah. They go have hookah and smoke and relate with their friends and hanging out and everything. And my ex at that time used to have a problem. He used to not want to go home. He would tell me, this is what he would tell me. He would say, "Hun, get ready, get pretty, get all this, because we're going to go out. I'll be back about 7 or 8. Food didn't come home at about 11 or 12 midnight. I was so pissed. I used to just the jealous used to kick in me. I used to feel like, why? Why is it? And then something would tell me in my mind, you need to not get mad. You're jealous, but maybe because I couldn't go out, I would just get mad and I would stay in the house. And so that being said, or we would go dancing and everything, and I would end up drinking with him. He would drink lightly. He wasn't a drinker, but I did drink. And then he would take me home. And then he said, as soon as he would tell me, I'll be back, I wouldn't see him. And if I was not that intoxicated, alcohol intoxicated, then I know what's going on. And I would look at the clock, and I was like, why isn't he here? Why isn't he? Oh, that's it. He's talking to a girl. So, yeah. I came back to the United States by myself, and I never went back to Egypt. And over there, because we had just got married when I came back. And we were married less than a year. And then when I came back, I just never went back no more. No more, so. And now that I look at things, I should just stayed over there. But then again, I was like kind of like fighting with my mind. Like, okay, if I go back to Egypt, I might not be able to come back. And if something happens to my dad or something happens to one of my kids, I'm going to be over there. And I might not have the funds to come back over here. So, in that time, I was my only provider. I was the only one. I had got my money together and went to Egypt and whatever. Because at that time my ex wasn't working. He was kind of like living low, and the reason is because he was young. He was younger than me, and I was just, I didn't know what was gonna happen, so I just went ahead and came back. But other than that, if I could turn back the clock, I would go back in a heartbeat and lived over there. Which I was born over there with my mom and dad over there and everything, but living be wealthy, because it's very hard. When I got to see a lot of poverty over there, like a lot of poor people, and it's hard. It's hard for them, and I could just imagine if we were to all be born over there, and we weren't blessed on money, on wealth, it would be very hard to. Maybe it would be a good, or maybe it wouldn't be a good. You know what I mean? So, anyways, it was nice talking to you guys all. But if you guys have any questions, just comment, and send me a comment, or I could be able to talk about it next time. And yeah, I'm just here. I really don't know. I told my mom that if she goes out, they're looking. This is what I'm talking about. When we were talking earlier, we were talking and laughing and everything. I go, Mom, if you plan to go out, let me know. And she goes, there you go again with that. I'm like, Mom, I'd like to go out at night. The only reason I'm saying, Mom, if you could just take me to McDonald's, because my money is not in my account where I could just call DoorDash. I go, so if you could just, you could take me to the McDonald's around the corner and get McDonald's. If you, well, I'm not going to go out and blah, blah, blah. You know me. I like doing everything early in the morning and blah, blah, blah. I don't. I like doing everything like, she says the reason she does it in the morning because it's early and it's cool. Because it's hot. After 10 in the morning, it's hot. So she wants to be able to get everything what she needs to get done in the morning and come home and not having to worry, and then the kids come home, get out of school. And I'm the kind of person, don't bother me in the daytime because I don't like to be awake in the daytime. So I'm just like, okay, Mom, okay. And I go, it's because I've been wanting a hamburger. It doesn't matter from where, McDonald's or wherever. But I want a hamburger. I've been dying to have a hamburger. So, you know, maybe she'll call me about 6 o'clock at night and tell me, okay, or, well, what time is it right now? It's 5. Call me about, if she calls me after 6, and all I gotta do is put on my shorts and that's it. Go order my McDonald's or whatever. But see what happens. I'm not really doing anything to do it. It's just, I don't know. I'm my mom. Oh my God. But yeah. So that being said, it's good. It is so good. But otherwise, talk to you guys there. I talk to you guys soon. Everything's good over here in this part. Hopefully, we'll see what we do. I don't know if I'm gonna. I feel like eating something, but I want some Mexican food. But then I don't want to dress up and tell Mom, let's go do this or let's go do that. I'm not. I don't feel like it because I haven't even taken I took a bath last night, or say this morning about 1 o'clock in the morning, but I have, I'm not in the mood to get up and start doing my face and my makeup and my hair and put on clothes. I like to be like my loose shirt, my loose shorts, and that's it around the house. If somebody comes and knocks on my door because they want to buy stuff, I usually put on my other bigger shorts, and those are on my couch just to get them on. And that way they don't feel like, oh, here she is with her Daisy Dukes, No, I don't give myself that position to be walking with Daisy Dukes and a bra and a sport bra. You know what I mean? So anyways, but I love you guys all. Stay in the Word, and I'll be doing the same thing too. Unfortunately, I don't have a vehicle. Hopefully, I get blessed soon and get my vehicle and get my things taken care of and not having to. If I want a McDonald's, then I get on my car and go get it. Back then, I was thinking that way, but then again, I get a fender bender on my car, and I just like, I don't want it no more. So I call my daughter, and I go, you want a car? Come in, if you want to pick it up, you could come and take it. So, but anyways, I love you guys all. Stay in the Word, and please don't forget to pray for all prayer warriors. Please, let's just give prayers and get this stupid virus or cancer and all this junk that the devil brought. Rebuke it and send it back to hell where it belongs. And pray for Maribel Morales. Last name Maribel Morales when she was younger, but she got married. She was a Carson. Now she's back to Morales. So love you, girl. Stay firm, and tell the devil. Start singing and say, no, 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 no. You ain't taking me. But anyways, girl, love you. And don't forget, call me. If I need to say, call me, Mary Bell, call me. Love you. Bye.